9 on your side's I-Team, the team that's on your side.
I'm Brendan Keefe, live in Chopper 9. Let's get right now down to our Zoom cam so you can see what we can see here from the air. The fire is out here at Central Soya, the grain silo. But what you can see only from this perspective, from the only local helicopter getting you breaking news first, are these blown out windows here. You can see as we get much closer here that these windows blew out with some force. Now, this is not all that uncommon with grain elevators, because what you get is the grain dust gathering up, mixing with air, mixing with oxygen, and therefore you have fuel, and then you have oxygen, and all you need is a spark to set that off. On this side of the building, we're seeing those blown out windows. Again, the smoke and fire appear to have been extinguished. We're also seeing them here on the north side windows, which you can get a view of right there. Let me bring the light level up for you just a little bit, and you can see that window there is also blown out with some force. We are told there are no injuries here on the scene. That is the good news. Everyone has been evacuated, and they've done quick work of getting this fire extinguished. We're seeing absolutely no smoke as we widen out here, but you can see there is also quite a bit of fire personnel on the scene. They are staying, looks like at this point, a little bit farther back. They're doing some sort of a briefing at this point, trying to figure out what their next move is. But again, the good news already is that they've evacuated, and there are no reports of injuries here at the Central Soya grain elevator. This is in the Sharonville, Evendale area. To orient you, if you know the area, this is south of 275. It is east of 75, so about a mile east of Princeton High School, but certainly far enough to not be any danger to any of the students who've just recently started school again. This is the view now from the east side of the building. You can see that the windows are blown out. No smoke coming out at this point, but you can also see what appear to be some water stains down the side of the building. It's not clear if those are from the firefighting today or if those are older stains, but clearly signs of a very forceful explosion here about 3/4 the way up. You can see that one area right there, maybe an exhaust fan, something there protruding from the window, has been blown out. We're also seeing some damage to the south side as our excellent pilot Nick Ringo brings us around here to the south side. You can see that also there are some windows blown out there. So we're seeing on 3 of the 4 sides of this grain elevator the windows blown out. Again, a very forceful explosion, but then again, thankfully, nobody hurt at this point. We're hearing, we're flying through a little bit of a cloud right now with the weather we've had today, so excuse some of these shots getting a little blurry. You can see the force with that window pane just hanging out there, and then this entire window is gone. It is just missing. Not clear where it landed. We'll take a look, obviously, with Chopper 9 from our view here to see if it blew out with some force and ended up on the ground. That's the view here from Chopper 9. We'll stay on the scene. It sounds like we want to show you some more pictures here from the ground, so give me a moment here to reorient, and what we're going to do is let's look on the ground while we're here. We'll see if there is anything on the ground from having been blown out by the force of the explosion. Workers clearly had been in this area, but for luck or the grace of God, nobody was hit by anything that was thrown out onto the ground with some force from this explosion. Again, I'm going to tilt up for you now so you can see the grain elevator itself. That is above where the grain would enter. See that? That's the grain conveyor belt. And then it would have gone into this area, and the elevator continues up here. Again, not all that uncommon. In my nearly quarter century of doing reporting, I've covered a few of these grain fires, and it often is because of that mixture of the grain with the air, with the oxygen. You have a classic air-fuel mixture, and all you need is a spark to set it off. That's the story up here from Chopper 9. I'm Brendan Keefe. We're going to stay on the scene for you on this breaking news.
All right, Brendan, thank you very much. We do